Hello and welcome back everyone, I'm Day-Glo Buffalo and this is Let's Play Blade Runner. When we last left off, we were running away from Clovis and Sadiq, who were trying to kill us after we confronted Guza. Apparently they said they have no further use for us. And then we ran into Gaff out here, and had a short dialogue with him, but now it's time to go home. So, let's do that.
Well, you should have voted for him then.
Very good. Very funny, yes. Governor, let's get down to business. At last estimate, 5 billion tons of kibble surround this city. Eventually, it's going to have to be cleared away.
Elgin, we've got specials to do that job.
But the attrition rate is enormous. No. There's only one way it can be accomplished. My way.
Unfortunately, your way is illegal.
For the moment, yes. Laws can be changed, and if replicants were allowed to work on Earth, imagine what your legacy would be. Governor Maurice Colvig, the national hero who eliminated toxic debris. Even your opponents will vote for you.
How can you possibly guarantee that no tragedies will occur?
It's a very simple solution to an old design challenge. Give them jobs on Earth, and they will never desire a different life.
That is a lie.
Who's there?
It's one of my children, I think, and a very resourceful one at that. Why don't you show yourself?
With pleasure.
Call security.
Who is this man?
I'd like to ask the same question.
One more word from him, and he'll be dead.
I will not be spoken to!
You're certainly a man of your word.
I want all the data you have on replicant DNA structures, the mutation studies, everything.
Why don't you just take a seat? We'll have a little talk.
I don't have time for talk.
I wish I could help you, I really do. But the data is useless. The 4-year lifespan is unalterable.
My friends, my family, dying before my very eyes, and all you can say is, there is no hope.
Time is precious, my son, and you have been keeping yours well.
And when night comes, I'll go to place fit for woe, walking along the darkened valley with silent melancholy.
I would prefer him alive if possible. Not exactly the conclusion I had in mind. Have you stationed guards in the mezzanine?
Yes, sir, but, I mean, after that fall...
Oh, don't be a fool, he's not dead yet. His time hasn't come.
Oh, God. No.
And here we are back home, and we're faced with one dead dog.
She'd been shot once in the head. At least she died fast.
And also Clue.
It wasn't any mystery, and if I'd gotten home a few minutes earlier, it would have been me down there on the killing floor. No, it was a message, plain and simple. Crystal was giving me one last chance to disappear, but now I had a little message of my own to deliver.
Whoops. Anyway, the phone's ringing off the hook, so let's answer the phone and then I'll make my ruminations on the situation.
Pick up.
I didn't think you were going to answer.
Sorry, but I was just sleeping. What's going on?
Father wants to meet you. He said he's sorry about everything he did, but he was afraid you'd lead the other hunter to them.
Where is he now?
Out in the kibble, by the moon bus. Way out, where the tunnel ends.
Tell him to stay where he is, until I can find a way for all of us to escape.
But I thought we were going away together. Just you and me.
Maybe we'll do it after I talk to him.
You promise? We could buy a car from that place next to the arcade.
A ground car wouldn't get us too far.
One of those flying cars would, though. It could take us all the way out to that beautiful lake. You know, the one with the trees and the flowers.
Lucy, there's a good chance...
I'll meet you there, okay? At the place where he sells the cars.
Wait, Lucy...
McCoy can't afford a spinner. Not on his salary. And he hasn't retired nearly enough replicants to afford one.
No messages.
As always, and nobody calls you. Well, except for the person who just called you. Well, that was Lucy. So basically, we had a cutscene where Clovis confronts Tyrell, and then in the end jumps out of the window and Tyrell says, well, don't kid yourself, he's not dead yet. Well, of course not. There's still game left, so he can't be dead. He's the main villain, or technically, he is. Well, he's one of the main characters, so if he dies, he's not going to die till the end. So, she said, that he wants to see us
Your floor number, please.
out by the moon bus in the Kipple. Which makes me think... Well, first of all, we're diving back into the sewers. But it makes me think that if we go... if we go this way, we now have a place to go. So let's see. Ah, there we go. I don't think this was available the last time we were here, so let's see where it takes us.
LA to
Oh,
all
whoa.
toxic advisory.
More kangaroo
Reports
rats.
Level of toxic contamination reaching extremely hazardous conditions in the north and west areas. All units use appropriate protective attire until advisory canceled.
Well, I hope we're not in the northwest areas then. So we can go that way. And that's about it. Ooh. Well, our cursor was already in the right direction, I guess. This might be in the area of the intro of both the movie and the game, with all the smokestacks. Ah. And here these lovely reds and greens, exactly the colors you want to see coming off of steam. And off of, various fluids. Doesn't look toxic at all.
You almost got away with it, Slim. And I expected so much more from you.
Why'd you have to kill her?
Who? The mutt? The artificial pet of a replicant? What'd you think I'd do?
Show some mercy?
Well, I guess that's why you're there, and I'm here. Now, why don't you explain to me what you're doing out here, Slim? Maybe you can ease my suspicious mind.
I'm just checking it out.
Just doing a little sightseeing?
That's right.
Right. And not 50 yards from your pal Clovis and the moon bus you hijacked. You're not convincing me too good, Slim.
You gonna shoot me down right here?
It's as good a place as any. Maybe you want to go in the machine now? See if you can answer this question.
Whoop, we're in control. And I wasn't fast enough. Okay, so Crystal got the better of us last time, but this time we'll be prepared. So let's try this again. This time we can skip over all the dialogue.
You almost got away with it, and
Why'd you have to kill her?
Who? The...
Show some mercy?
Well, now, maybe you can...
I'm just checking it out.
Just...
That's right.
Right. You're not convincing...
You gonna shoot me?
It's, maybe you want to...
Alright.
What a waste.
If you say so. Is there anything else? Oh. Where do we go from here? Okay. Don't remember this place. What is this?
Nothing else there.
Okay. Maybe in one of the other endings that is relevant? I have no idea where we're going. Okay. So it just takes us back here. Not at all sure what this is about. As I said, maybe it's relevant in one of the other endings. But let's head to the moon bus. That's why we're here after all.
Brother man, wondering when you make it out here.
Took a little while to realize where I belonged.
The Maker built you right.
What about you, Sadiq? Aren't you a killer?
My woman, she be killed by a Blade Runner. Revenge all I got left. So yeah, I be a killer now.
I understand.
Truth be told, killing don't help much.
The moon bus up and running yet?
All it needs is fuel. Clovis want to see you. Bring you back into family. I say, he prove himself, welcome back. One happy family. There got to be something around here, man. Old reactor cores. Anything still gotta glow. The generator, it take almost anything. You find me something for the engines, man?
Not yet.
Keep looking.
You said yourself Clovis wants to see me.
You're not getting by me till I be sure.
I don't remember this part.
You got a protective suit or something? If I handle any radioactive waste, I'm liable to melt.
You don't need no suit, man. Your skin, it be plenty good enough. The Maker built you right.
Well, let's do a safety save. Just to be on the safe side. Okay, so, yeah, I didn't remember this part about having to find fuel for the moon bus. And, well, I spent the last 10 minutes running around from screen to screen, looking around for stuff and looking for glowing stuff. Trying to click on every puddle of toxic waste that I could find. And, well, nothing happened. Couldn't interact with any of it. So in the end, for the sake of my own sanity, I looked it up. And, well, so if we head back here, the stuff we need is on the screen. Now, Sadiq said anything that glows should work. Well, since with that piece of information it becomes perfectly obvious where the fuel is on the screen, right? Well, no. It is over here. It's a black thing on a dark gray background. There's nothing glowing about it. So, yeah, that was a pain in the ass. Pixel hunting. For the sake of it, and that's bad enough when you have to do it on a single screen, but there's all the other screens that you can run to. I was in that little like cubby off to the side for like 5 minutes in there trying to find something because I thought, well, no other reason for that room to be there, so it's obviously gonna be in here. No, it wasn't. So anyway, well, we found the fuel. Let's give it to Sadiq and see what happens.
You for real, I'm thinking. Going. You see Clovis. He not got too much time left.
Doesn't he? Well, at the very least, Lucy's here.
Welcome, brother. We have very little time.
I spoke to Sadiq. He's installing the power source right now.
Excellent. And do you have something for me?
Are we supposed to give it to them? Well, yeah. Question though, where are the twins? Why aren't they here? You know, you'd think they'd be useful. And besides that, they're supposedly part of the family, so why aren't they here?
DNA information? We have some of it. I hope it's enough.
It will have to be.
I've got questions of my own.
No doubt, but answers will take time, and time is precious to all of us.
It's true then. We've only got 4 years.
Yes. Of course, I could be hit by lightning tomorrow, but with the information Terrell gave you... Who knows, brother? It may just be enough to make a difference. He's a hunter no more. He has come home. It's time to go, my friend.
Where are we going?
To the heavens, brother. To fulfill our destinies off-world.
And this time, the memories we create will be our own.
And so, this was Blade Runner, the video game, from 1997. Now, actually, one thing I want to mention first of all is that in the background there is the end theme from Blade Runner playing by Vangelis. Even though I don't think this is the original, it's a remake of the piece. So if you're not hearing the music, it's because a YouTube copyright flagged it, so I turned it off. So anyway, yeah. One thing I'm not sure about is, since in the end they left it all kind of vague, is whether we found all the DNA information that was available in the game or not. We found 3 pieces. One with at Sebastian's place, one at Eisenduller's, and one from Tyrell. But I thought there were only 3, but maybe there's more. It's been over 20 years since I played this game, so obviously my memory is not perfect. Anyway, for what it is a pretty good game. Now, there's a few things that I'm a little bit iffy about. There's the one main gripe I maybe have with this game is that they very much leaned into the whole are Blade Runners replicants or not, or at least in this case, is McCoy a replicant or not? They very much leaned into that, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but in the documentary, Dangerous Days, it was called the Dangerous Days documentary. If you're interested about the making of Blade Runner, it's definitely worth a watch if you can find it. It was included in the 25th anniversary release of the DVD and the Blu-ray. But yeah, in the documentary, there was the guy who created the Walking Dead TV show, Frank Darabont. He was they were talking about the whole Deckard replicant or not thing, and he said, I'm pretty sure it was him, and he said that the question of whether Deckard is a replicant or not is interesting. The answer is not. And I very much agree with that. The possibility that he could be gives another dimension to the story. An actual definitive answer kind of destroys the whole thing. And that's why I'm not a big fan also of Ridley Scott having run around in interviews ever since then saying, oh yes, I thought Deckard would definitely have to be a replicant. I disagree with him on that. As I said, not on the fact of whether Deckard could be a replicant, but the fact that it needs to have a definitive answer that I think makes it a lot less interesting. And fortunately, I think Denis Villeneuve with the sequel Blade Runner 2049 agrees with that more or less. So, well, anyway, as I said, that's Blade Runner: The Point-and-Click Adventure. I think overall, it was a solid game. In the end, it was more Blade Runner. So, if you wanted more Blade Runner, that's certainly a good way to go. So I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. If you did, leave a like or a comment below. And I will see you in the next playthrough series. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. So, well, until then, have a better one.